Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well folks, it seems like it's on like Donkey Kong, the rematch of the century, because former President Donald Trump, the 45th President of the United States of America, just gave the closest thing to an announcement that we've received so far, essentially confirming or alluding to the fact that he is in fact going to run in 2024. There's been a whole lot of talk, a whole lot of chatter that Donald Trump is no longer electable. He's deeply unpopular. A lot of people have been trying to push Ron DeSantis, and of course even the Democrats are basically doing the same thing. And of course the Democrat establishment has been trying to cut out Joe Biden and replace him with their most recent pick, which seems to be Gavin Newsom from California. But in the end, it seems like Joe Biden isn't going anywhere, and it seems like Donald Trump is coming back. Of course, the leftist reaction is as predictable as ever. Democrats love to say Donald Trump, twice impeached president, one-term president who failed in his incumbent race. But Donald Trump might be twice impeached, one term for now, but in the end, his legacy might be 2 failed impeachment attempts, 2 terms, and 3 scoops. And that has to have liberals shaking in their boots. Of course it does. The closer we get to a possible election day involving Donald Trump once again, the more PTSD the vote blue no matter who Trump derangement crowd is going to be experiencing. Let me update you guys on what's going on. Let's do a little bit of election analysis. And then of course, let's continue to trash on this failure of a president that is Joe Biden. We've got some stuff to get into, folks, so let's roll the tape. All right, friends, take a look at this. Trump signals 2024 decision has come down to timing of an announcement. You can tell that CNN is also entering panic mode. Here's the video that they attached to this segment.
This weekend, several news outlets are reporting that Trump may be on the verge of announcing another run. So I wonder if reporters might be falling for a trap. Let's talk about what past mistakes should be avoided if there is another Trump campaign to cover. Nicole, what are the big mistakes the press made last time, or maybe the last 2 times Trump ran for president, that we have to avoid this time?
Well, one of the big ones is speculation. All of this
like
speculation.
Like this, right now. Whether he's going to enter the race this weekend.
It doesn't matter. Him being in the race matters. When he decides to be in the race, doesn't. There are much bigger issues to focus on, including what are the consequences of him potentially becoming president again.
What a ridiculous response. What are things that we should avoid when it comes to a Trump presidency or covering a Trump presidency? You thought maybe they might have a moment of introspection or a retrospective moment looking into the past and saying, what did we do wrong over the 4 years of Donald Trump's presidency? Maybe we shouldn't have caused all the fear that we did and all the craziness. Maybe we shouldn't have been such partisan hacks, but no, instead, Mrs. Hemmer says, we really need to focus on the potential consequences of a Trump administration. Yeah, you know those terrible consequences of cheap gas, low taxes, and a booming, roaring economy in a safe country. Absolutely stupid. I'm going on a little bit of a tangent. I just watched that video and had to play it and had to comment on it. CNN, in perhaps the strongest signal yet that Donald Trump is plotting another run for the White House, the former president told New York Magazine in an interview that he is still deciding when, not if, he should announce a 2024 campaign. I would say my biggest decision will be whether I go before or after, Trump said in an interview published Thursday, seemingly referring to the midterm elections in November. Do I go before or after? That will be my big decision, Trump added, after confirming that he has already made that decision when asked if he is planning to run. These latest comments confirm previous CNN reporting on the behind-the-scenes deliberations consuming Trump's inner circle as the former president and his top aides ponder when he should jump into the 2024 Republican presidential primary to maximize the impact of his announcement and to dissuade prospective GOP rivals from challenging him. I think a lot of people would not even run if I did that because if you look at the polls, they don't even register, Trump said. One of those Republicans is Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, an emerging hero among grassroots conservatives whose own actions, including his refusal to publicly rule out primary challenge to Trump, have strongly indicated that he may also be eyeing the White House. Trump has previously told advisors that he believes he would easily defeat the Florida Republican in a primary, in addition to highlighting his own enduring popularity among the GOP base in recent statements and posts to his Truth Social website. And so it seems as though Donald Trump has made up his mind. Knowing Donald Trump and knowing the fact that he clearly has unfinished business when it comes to taking down Joe Biden, I highly doubt that Trump is preparing to make a decision of sitting out of the election and handing off the crown to Governor Ron DeSantis. And honestly, I don't blame him. At this point, it's personal. Donald Trump still has something to prove. Donald Trump, clearly a competitive man, and of course a man with a very healthy healthy ego, chances are he's going to run, and for the most part, I don't even think Ron DeSantis is going to challenge him. He's doing a stellar job in the state of Florida, and most Floridians probably want him to stay there as governor at least for another 4 years, or 6 years, considering it's 2022. And I agree with Donald Trump. I think the question really is, when? Before the midterms or after? Personally, I'd say probably after. Midterm polling and possible midterm outcomes are on an absolutely stellar trajectory for Republican candidates. I'd say let it play out, and if it's a complete blowout victory for Republicans, then continue that momentum going with a massive announcement and decision that you are in fact running, and then do what Donald Trump does best, go in full-on campaigning mode. Imagine a massive victory in 2022 followed by Donald Trump rallies back to back to back, absolutely slamming Joe Biden. Joe Biden officially rendered a complete lame duck. I mean, just think about that. If Republicans win the House and the Senate in the November 2022 midterms, he is going to officially be a legislative lame duck who has accomplished absolutely nothing. Oh, but infrastructure plan, okay, we get it. Hardly a Biden victory. Folks, Democrat panic mode once again engaged. You can tell by the new narrative that we're just seeing everywhere. I keep seeing it over and over again. They keep telling us, they keep writing stories how unpopular and unelectable Donald Trump is. But if Donald Trump was so unelectable and so unpopular, why would Democrats start this January 6th sham hearing in this pathetic last-ditch effort to force him off the ballot? If Donald Trump was so unpopular, why is his favorability rating higher than Joe Biden? Oh, wait a second. Why is his favorability rating higher than Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Nancy Pelosi, and pretty much every other Democratic presidential hopeful? If Donald Trump was so unelectable, then why is it that the last couple of months of hypothetical matchup 2024 between Biden and Donald Trump looks like this? I don't know, seems pretty electable to me. It seems like no matter how much they go after Donald Trump, no matter how much they slander him, no matter how much they attack him, no matter how many times they try to impeach him with their phony impeachment attempts, he just gets more and more powerful. And that is really what's going on here. Donald Trump has always been and remains the greatest threat to Democrat power in modern history. And probably Ron DeSantis is going to continue that legacy, if not make it even worse. It's one thing, folks. America First policies are winning. And speaking of America First policies, hopefully people are finally waking up that neocons and corporate Democrats gotta go. Hopefully people are paying attention and people are waking up as Joe Biden's blank check to Ukraine continues on. I mean, how many more billions will be spent? And now people are finally waking up and realizing or learning that a good chunk of the strategic petroleum reserves that Joe Biden was supposed to release for American citizens was sent overseas to Europe, China, and India, possibly other countries as well. And the latest scandal from globalist Joe, Biden's new Iran deal offers Iran $1 trillion by 2030. Under the deal, Iran gets a financial package worth up to $275 billion in the first year and as much as $800 billion over the next 5, writes Richard Goldberg, senior advisor at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, with $1 trillion available by 2030 for Iran's missile program. Oh, absolutely stellar, folks. Joe Biden continues to enable China and Russia in their quest to dominate the world, and now he's putting together a plan to possibly send Iran $1 billion. You know, Iran, the country that's currently trying to develop nukes so they can nuke Israel and who knows who else. And this news comes right after Joe Biden's trip to Israel. Wake up, folks. Globalist Joe's gotta go. Pedo Peter's gotta go. And it seems as though Donald Trump is back. I think a lot of people can finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's what I got for you guys, though. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.